Here's me getting my music ready. Hey guys, so I have already done my foundation, my bronzer, and my blush, and I have also primed my eye with the MAC Paint Pot in Painterly, and I am now taking the NYX Highlight and Contour Palette and using their warmest shade as a transition color. So that just goes in the crease and you kind of work your way up towards the brow bone, not all the way up to the brow, in this case anyways for this look, but pretty close. And you just want to use, windshield wiper motions and circular motions to just blend that color out. I am then going to take my Real Techniques Deluxe Crease Brush and use the Urban Decay Electric Palette Slow Burn color, which is their more color, their coral color. There was a little bit of pink left on my brush from the other day when I used it, so it's kind of a pinky coral, but that's okay. That goes with the look. These colors are fantastic. They're very pigmented, so you want to be very light-handed when you start, and you want to start applying at the outer corner of your eye first, because it's okay if there's a little bit more concentrated color there, and you can just slowly buff it out using circular motions or back and forth windshield wiper motions. I am now taking the Urban Decay color Half Baked, and I'm putting that in the inner half of my eye. So from about the inner corner to about the middle, I guess is what I meant to say, of my eye. And I'm just using my finger. I've noticed that with these shimmery colors, using my finger works best. I don't get a lot of fallout, and I'm still able to blend really well. So again, I'm just putting that from the inner corner to about the center of my eye. And then I will be using a slightly darker color on the outer portion here in a moment. And here is where I will take a Milani eyeshadow called Sun Goddess. I have actually had this color for a very long time. Very, very long time. I don't know if it exists anymore. So I just wanted to use a color that was a little darker, but still shimmery. So this is a more copper version of the half-baked color, just to give the eye a little bit more dimension, a little something more going on there. And again, I'm just using my finger to slowly build up that color and blend it in towards the center. And if you're worried if that color gets a little too overpowering over the first color that we laid down, then you can just go back with that first color, which is half baked, and put that on again, which is what I'm going to do right here, just to make sure that it's still a lighter color in the innermost part of my eye, and to help just blend it over the center there. I am now going to take the Urban Decay pink color from the electric palette, which is called Savage, and I am using the Real Techniques, I believe it's called the base brush. It's a wonderful brush that is actually kind of pointed in the middle. So for me, it works great at applying colors in the crease of my eye because I have a little bit more control. You can put it in a very focused specific spot, or you can still kind of blend it outward if you need to. So I am focusing on the crease, bringing it over across the top of my lid to the inner part of my eye and up and out just a little bit as well. And then I just grab that crease brush that has the remaining, a little bit of the slow burn on there still, and I'm just using that to help buff out and blend the Savage color. And then I grabbed the fluffy brush with the transition color. I didn't add more color, it's just what might be remaining on there, and I'm using that to buff out those colors to make sure it blends really nicely. This is now the color Urban from the Urban Decay Electric Palette. This is their darker purple color, and I wasn't sure initially how dark I wanted this purple to be. So again, I'm just starting very light-handed with applying this in the outer kind of V area of my eye. And I'm slowly just building it up And I kind of work back and forth until I get it where I want it. And when I mean back and forth, I mean I start with one eye, add some shadow, and then switch over to the other eye, and then just go switching from eye to eye until it's even and I've had the color built up as much as I'd like it to be. I decided I wanted to use a softer, not as vibrant purple on my bottom lash line, so I grabbed my Too Faced Sugar Pop palette and I'm using the more plum color called Blackberry, and I'm bringing that almost all the way in. And I just wanted to start off with something softer before I added the urban color, the purple that we were using previously. So I'm just blending that back and forth with a pencil brush. And again, here I am with urban, just intensifying the color on my eyelids and in the crease. And since this is going to take a second here, I just wanted to say this is the first time I'm doing a video where there's a voiceover, so this is very new to me, and I just kind of wanted to experiment and see how I liked it. So I would appreciate your guys' feedback. I'd like to know if you like to see tutorials this way or if you prefer where I, um, you know, what am I trying to say here? Where I'm talking as I'm doing it as opposed to a voiceover. Let me know what your preference is. I'll probably continue to do some of each, but I might focus more on a certain kind if I find that people prefer that. So just let me know. And here's where I bring the color Urban down onto my lower lash line and just buffing that back and forth to make it nice and soft. And I'm still being very, very light-handed with this. And again, with the Urban, just making it darker. I had an idea of what I wanted to do for the look, but I didn't quite have specifics as far as how intense I wanted it to be. I knew kind of the colors I wanted to use, so it just took me a while to realize how dark I wanted that urban color to be. So I just slowly built it up to where I wanted it. And you don't have to do it as intense as I have it, or you could do it more intense as I have it. This is just an idea for you guys to use for a look. I had a little fallout there, so I was just using a big fluffy brush to kind of wipe that away. And now I'm going back in with the more pink color, the Savage color from the electric palette, just to intensify it a little bit more and to help blend out the purple so there were no harsh lines of any kind. To have a really, really great blended look to your eyeshadow, you kind of have to keep going back and forth and really just continue to blend it out, blend it out, blend it out, which is what you have been seeing me do. It helps make all the transitions and the gradients nice and smooth and a little more seamless. And again, with that fluffy brush, there's no additional product on there. I'm just using that to blend out the kind of upper portion of those brighter colors into the transition color, just so it's nice and soft. To highlight my brow bone, I use the Too Faced Sugar Pop palette again with their Rock Candy color, which is kind of a more vanilla color. And I'm just using my finger to apply that this time. There ain't nothing wrong with using your fingers. They work fantastic. And then again, that fluffy brush to just make sure there's a good transition from that highlight to the transition to the pink and coral colors below. This is the NYX Glam Liner in Glam Pink. It's a liquid eyeliner that has little sparkles or glitters in it. This is actually the first time I've used it, and I thought it looked quite beautiful in the inner corner of my eyes to help brighten it up. My husband even commented later in the day that it looked really, really neat. It has a brush tip as opposed to like a felt tip. I don't usually prefer those. I have less control than if I were to have a felt tip, but um, I made it work. And then I'm going in with Urban again and just bringing that on the lower lash line and blending that out. I just want a little to make it a little bit more purple instead of just the plum there. And now it is time for the liquid eyeliner. I'm using Jordana Fabuliner in black. This is a very, very great uh, eyeliner. It is very affordable. I get it at my local Walgreens and they last for quite some time. And now this eyeliner does have the felt tip on it. So for me, that's where I have the most control is with the felt tips. And when I do my liquid liner, I will start with one eye and start kind of on the outer corner and bring it in towards the center of the eyelid with the little lash line. And I start with the thickness that I want, and then I go to the other eye and try to match it. And then I go back to the other eye, and that's when I'll add the flick, and then go back to the other eye and do the flick on the other side. I find that when I switch back and forth, I'm able to control the symmetry to get it to match. A lot of people are able to do one whole eye and then bounce over to the other eye and do that one. And I've only done that a couple times, but I do find it's harder for me to make my eyeliner symmetrical when I do it that way. So when I do a little bit at a time on each eye, for me, I have more control. And if you're new to using liquid eyeliner, maybe practice when you don't have anywhere to be in case it takes you a while or in case you mess up and have to start all over. Oh, dance break. Bruno Mars was playing. Sorry about that. Liquid liner can be tricky, but if you practice, you'll get the hang of it. When you pull your eye taut like that, that helps to get a smoother line. It never fails one eye. I always have a much smoother line than the other, which is what that face was about because that side got a little wobbly. And then I ended up having to make my eyeliner thicker to fix it. I am now using the L'Oreal Butterfly Lashes Mascara. This is one of my favorite mascaras. It has a wonderful wand tip, which helps really get in there, separate the lashes, and it's great for the lower lash line. And I just want to say as well, since this is the first time I'm using like a voiceover, I'm using one of my husband's headphones with a microphone. I have no idea how this is going to sound. I might end up sounding like a flight attendant on a plane talking over the speaker. And if that's the case, I'm really sorry. Next time I try to film a video like this, I will use a different microphone that I have and see if that's any better. Hopefully, it doesn't sound too weird. Okay, and here I decided that my blush wasn't quite bright enough, so I got more of the MAC Margin Blush, which is what I had on already, and I'm just trying to brighten it up, and I'm realizing that's not working for me. So I have these little samples that my sister gave me of the Balm Blush in Swiss Dot. It's a really beautiful coral matte blush, and it's very, very pigmented, so you do not need much at all. And I'm just trying to intensify my blush. I like a lot of blush personally. You do not have to make yours as bright as mine. I've always just had a thing for blush. I don't know. And then I am taking the Becca highlighter. It's a powder highlighter in Moonstone and applying that to my cheekbones. I'm still trying to decide if I like it enough to keep it. I've been using the NYX highlighters from the highlight and contour palette, and those work very, very well. I would say just as well as this one does. So, in my opinion, if the other one works really well, I might as well use the money that I spent on the Becca to get something else that I might like better. So, I'm still trying to decide if I'm going to keep it or not. For my lips here, I am using the Jordana lip liner in Rock and Rose. Again, it's that brand that I get from Walgreens. Super affordable. I think this lip liner was maybe $1.99. And it's a retractable lip pencil, which I like because regular lip pencils, every time I sharpen them, they break. Every single time. Never fails. And that's super annoying to me. Super annoying. So I really like these. This is a beautiful, beautiful nude color that works well under many colors, under pinks, nudes, corals, purples. I love it. And I get lots of compliments when I use it. This is now the NYX matte lipstick in Shocking Pink. This is new to me. I've only had it for a little while and worn it a handful of times, but I love this color. It's bright, it's gorgeous. I get a lot of compliments on it. And I'm just applying this more to the outer portion of my lip. I'm not focusing on getting it all over my lip because I'm going to add another color to this. So I'm really just focusing more on the edges. And then I'm going to go back with that lip liner again, just to give it a little bit more dimension on the edges. It's a great way to, as I said, give yourself dimension and make your lips look a little fuller. Or if you have any little boo-boos, sometimes that helps to just go back with the lip liner and it'll help even out a wobbly line or something like that. And now I am going in with the Rimmel London Lasting Finish color by, well, I believe it's called Lasting Finish by Kate Moss. Um, and it's a really gorgeous coral color. And I'm putting that in the center to give you an idea of what a simple ombre lip could look like. But I did know I wanted to add a lip gloss to this look. And these are the three colors that I had most in mind from the CoverGirl Colorlicious Lip Lava lip gloss line. And I decided to use the normal kind of mid-tone pink, not the hot pink or the coral. And if you do put a lip gloss over an ombre lip, you will lose the ombre look, which I was aware of. I just wanted to briefly show you how you could do an ombre lip. But I wanted to have glossy lips today, so I went ahead and added Lychee Lava, is what it's called, Lychee. It's a really weird name, but it's a very gorgeous color. It has lots of sparkles and shimmer, and I like sparkles and shimmer, so I decided I wanted to put that over the lipstick. This lip gloss has a brush applicator, which I don't really like. I like doe foot applicators, but I really like the lip glosses, so I deal with it. But that is pretty much the look, guys. I hope you like this. Again, this is my first time doing a voiceover video, so thanks for your patience with me. Let me know what you think about it, if you like these, or if you prefer me to talk as I'm doing it. Good luck trying this look out, and I will see you in the next video.